So today I want to be touching the gesture, the cost of living in Entebbe, because it's one question that I've been getting a lot since I moved here. So I have divided up everything into, rent, transport, food, others, and fun. So let us just dive into it right now. Hi honeys, how are you? Tanyanishaloc here, and of course welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you guys? I hope you are fine, well, good and popping. Let me know in the comment section below, by the way, how you are. If you are new here, yes, hi there, I'm tanyanishaloc. I'm a Ugandan YouTuber currently based in Entebbe, and you're welcome. Please do consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so that you don't miss any video from the channel. Okay. First of all, you guys, I'm going to give you a brief history about this place, Entebbe in general. So Entebbe, it's a very important district because it was first of all, it was the main capital city of Uganda, but after some time, Kampala took over. And I want to also mention this, that it's a very official place or official district in the country because of the different different important points it has in Uganda, such as the main international airport, it's in Entebbe, the state house, the different non-government organizations such as United Nations is within Entebbe and all that. So it's a very official and important place in Uganda. And I'm going to start out with me. Currently, I live at the Lake Victoria Bay, just at the end of Entebbe district here in Chigungu. And I'll give you an example that currently in a single day, I might earn around 7,000 to something like 15,000 Ugandan shillings from the job I do. Yes, I work at the thrift shop here in Entebbe, meaning that that's my minimum wage, and I have to spend and live within that category of money between 7,000 to something like 15, sometimes even 10. I would count something like 300,000 Ugandan shillings a month that I earn. The first point, which is rent. So the rent around my place, I'm going to talk for my place where I live at right now, which is Chigungu landing site at the end of Entebbe. For rent here, a single room which is not of a very good quality, if that makes sense, might run you from around 30 to 50,000 Ugandan shillings, and a single room which is very good, well built, well painted and all that, might run you from around 8,000 to something like 120,000 Ugandan shillings, basing on the area. So where I am right now in Chigungu, we have different neighboring villages such as Misori, Bononko, whatever the case may be. So when you live near and in the middle of Chigungu here, it means that you are going to be able to pay a high amount of rent. But when you live within those different villages away from the center here, of Chigungu, meaning that you are going to pay very less and less amount of money. Another thing that I want to talk about here, they are very limited flats, if that makes sense. Most of the houses here are either single room or double room. So I want to talk about second of all, the double room. So when you are going in for a double room which is well built, in a very good condition with very good doors and very good windows, that might run you from around 200,000 to something like 300,000 Ugandan shillings. And I want to talk about this also in terms of location, because there are houses located in different areas, as I've explained. The landlords might tag on different prices. Also, there are different things, landlords tend to add on to their houses, such as stores, such as tiles. So people here whatever value they add on to their house, meaning that the tenants, that's how much she or he has to add on to the amount of rent he or she is going to give to the landlord. So when you find that a house has a store, meaning that maybe we are supposed to pay 80,000, you are going to pay 85,000 Ugandan shillings. So keep that in mind. So before I dive from the rent of the place where I do stay here in Chigungu landing site, I also want to talk about the different costs that come with the rent, such as electricity, So for electricity, a unit is 1,000 Ugandan shillings. For water, most of the houses here don't have inbuilt water, meaning that you either fetch from the main lake down or you either get from the tap near you. For water, a 20-liter jelly can, that is 2 shillings, Ugandan shillings. For 10 liters, it is 100 Ugandan shillings. For internet, you guys, most of the people here in Chigungu, internet is not it's not their business. At least I would say something like 65%. People who are here, they know internet and they use it on a daily basis. They might be around 45% of the people here. Because I think, in my own opinion, it's because here people are not yet that modernized, you know. You might ask someone, do you know YouTube, you know, and someone just, you know, says no, even I've never heard of it. So the modernization here is not that much. And for internet, again, we go in with internet servers such as Airtel, MTN, and all that, you know. But I stand in for Airtel because their networks are very fast and their prices are very, you know, they are not negotiable, but they are very fair, basing on which packages are you going in for and all that. Though other people do use MTN and it also works for them very, very well. I want to talk about the next thing. This is transportation. So here in Chigungu, I would say that the main use or the main used transportation means, it is boda. Yes, boda. It is the most commonest used. Here we don't have taxis, at least in my own opinion. I see taxis not occasionally, but in a week you might see something like 3 taxis, or in a day you might also not see any taxi. Yes, that's how taxis are rare here. So most of the transportation means here in Chigungu, where I am at the end of Entebbe, it is you know, bodas, and the prices are very, very negotiable. You know, I'm moving from point A to point B. You tell the boda guy, how much are you taking me for? Was that English correct? So you negotiate, you know, you tell them I have this. He or she says that, not she, but he says that most of people here who drive bodas are men. So that's why I say that he, you know, when he says that he has a particular price, you tell him or her, I have this. So you negotiate and he or she might end up taking you. I want to also talk about water transportation, because here in Chigungu landing site, it's very, very common. People moving from the mainland to the islands, you know, the islands within the Lake Victoria and all that, and people moving from there to here. So it's also a very, very common means of transportation, and the prices are also negotiable, you know, basing on which person is going to be steering the boat. Does the boat has the engine and all that? I would say that moving from here Chigungu landing site to the nearest island within Lake Victoria, it might be around 5,000 Ugandan shillings. Yes, ranging from 5,000 to 4,000 between there. That is the nearest, meaning that prices go on as you know, the amount of the journey increases within the lake. So just also keep that in mind if you are coming here and you want to pass from here to the islands. Hopefully you might pay that. And you know, I also want to talk about cycling or okuvuga obugari. It's also another commonest means of transportation here in Chigungu landing site. A lot of boys, men, women, they also do drive these different bugari. At least for females, I've seen them, you know, cycling on very, very many occasions. By the way, let me correct this. I've also seen a woman driving a boda. Yes. So people here also do cycle, you know, cycling or bugari to decrease on the transportation fees, to, you know, help the bicycles also help them when they are doing their work. Most of them are farmers, they are fishermen, they are either doing their small businesses and all that. So it's also another commonest means. But I also want to pass this very, very quickly. It's not the safest place. When you have one, please have a lock, you know, so lock it when you are not using it to keep it safe. I want to quickly also talk about meals. So here in Chigungu landing site in Entebbe, meals are very, very cheap actually. You can get a meal for 500 Ugandan shillings, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, basing on your wallet and where you are eating from. For example, people who sell food at the side roads, sweet potato, they start from 500, you know, if you want to eat from a far more good place than the roadside food, that would be something like 2,000 or 1,000. And if you want to eat from a high class place here in Chigungu landing site, that is 5,000 Ugandan shillings. So also consider that. Don't starve when you are around. Food is almost everywhere, like everywhere. By the way, I also want to talk about this, that a soda also remains at 1,000 Ugandan shillings. Boiled water, chikumi, 100 shillings. And if you want the other one for the bottle, that's 500 shillings. If you want renzoli, 1,000 Ugandan shillings. So when you look at these things critical, you'll see that the more how people look at something, the more the expense, in simple terms. You guys, I want to talk about the next point. This is fun. So Chigungu landing site has a lot of fun, different things, but basing on your choice. There are people who love boat cruises, there are people who love concerts, there are people who love cyclist races and all those other stuff. So it also comes back to you, but there are a lot of happiness here at the site. And I recommend you, if you come here in the area, try different things. If you love going to bars and all that, there are a lot of different bars here. If you love watching boats racing, there are a lot of them here. If you love to see different options, and they are very, very cheap. But again, if you cannot be able, by the way, there are also vibanda. Yes, vibanda, what you people call in English cinema halls, but for ours we call them a vibanda because the way how they are built. So if you cannot, if you want have a little bit of fun seeing films and all that, you can also pay for that. But if you don't have money, I don't want you guys to stress yourself. You can also leave that. Hopefully come get either one of your neighbors. People here are very, very free. Watch from home their television. If you don't have a television, buy a soda, come back home, drink it, have fun with your friends at home. If you don't have money to go to these different bars, also it applies to a beer, by the way, if you take one. For others, these are things such as clothing. Here in Chigungu landing site, I think we have more boutiques than we have most of, I think, the healthcare centers. Yes, at least in my opinion. People here do wear mivumba, people from clothing from Owino, and they also wear clothing from Nabukela, arcades. Here we call it Echipia. They do wear new clothing and old clothing, but most of the time, most of them wear clothing from the new ones, or what we call HPR. There are least times that they do wear clothing from Owino, because I don't know why. Maybe because they are nurtured in that way that HPR, they are the best, first hand. But that is the life here in simple terms, you guys. As I come to the conclusion of this beautiful video, I want to just reassure you very, very much that when you come here, just live your best life, and don't live above your means of earning. Just live within your means of earning. Everything is gonna be fine. People here are very hospitable. People here are loving. They are welcoming. It's amazing. I just love people in this place in particular, and I feel like I'm already missing them, though I'm not moving yet this month from this place. But I feel like I'm already gonna miss them and all that. But they are very, very amazing people. And let me know, by the way, guys, what you did think of the video in the comment section below. If you live in Entebbe, let me also know the cost of living around your place within Entebbe. Tanyanishaloc switching out. Bye for now.